Emily was a quiet little girl who always said one thing again and again: "I will do it later." When her mom called her, she said, "Later." When her friend asked for help, she said, "Later." Even when someone needed her, she smiled softly and said, "I will do it later." It felt easy. It felt safe. Emily believed she always had more time. But one day, something small happened, and it changed everything. That day, Emily learned something important. She learned that later does not always wait, and sometimes later becomes too late. Emily was 7 years old, and she loved quiet things. She enjoyed drawing colorful pictures, reading small storybooks, and playing alone in her room. Her room felt warm and safe, like her own little world. Outside, everything felt loud and fast, and sometimes a little scary. So Emily liked to stay inside where everything felt calm. When her mom asked Emily, "Can you help me?" Emily would smile softly and say, "I will do it later." Then she would go back to her drawing, slowly adding colors, while her mom waited quietly in the other room. Emily used the word later many times every day. When her mom asked her to clean her toys, she said, "I will do it later." When her teacher gave her homework, she thought, "I will do it later." When her friend Lily knocked on the door and said, "Come play with me," Emily looked at her toys and said, "I will come later." The word later felt easy and comfortable. It helped her stay in her quiet world. But slowly, something strange was happening. Later never really came, and small moments quietly passed away without her noticing them. One afternoon, Lily stood outside Emily's house with a bright smile. She held a small ball and called out happily, "Emily, come play with me." Emily looked outside through the window. She wanted to go. She really did. But she was drawing a new picture, and it felt important. "I will come later," she said softly. Lily nodded and waited. She kicked the ball gently and looked down the street. She waited a little longer. Then she sat on the step, but Emily did not come. After some time, Lily slowly picked up her ball and walked away alone. Later that evening, Emily finished her drawing and walked outside. The air was quiet. "Lily?" she called softly. There was no answer. She looked around the street. It felt empty. Then she saw Lily's ball near the wall. Emily walked closer and picked it up slowly. "Oh," she whispered. "I said I will come later." Her voice felt small. She looked at the road hoping Lily would come back, but no one was there. A quiet feeling filled her chest. It was not loud, but it felt heavy, like something small was missing. That night, Emily's mom said gently, "Grandma is at her house. She wants to see you." Emily's face lit up. She loved Grandma very much. Grandma always listened to her and smiled warmly. "I will go later," Emily said softly. Her mom looked at her with kind eyes and said, "Don't wait too long." Emily nodded, but then she looked at her drawing again. Just a little more, she thought. She sat down and picked up her colors. The picture needed one more tree, and then maybe one more small detail. The sun slowly went down, and the sky turned orange and purple. Emily kept drawing. "I will go after this," she said quietly. Then she felt hungry and went to get a snack. "I will go after this," she said again. Then she fixed her toys on the shelf. "I will go after this." Time moved slowly, like a soft wind. Emily did not notice how late it was getting. The room grew darker, and the clock ticked quietly on the wall. Each moment passed, but Emily stayed in her small, safe world. "Emily," her mom said softly, "it is time for bed." Emily looked up quickly. Her eyes grew wide. "Grandma," she said suddenly. She jumped up and ran to the door. Her heart started beating fast. She quickly put on her shoes and stepped outside. The air was cool and quiet. "Please be there," she whispered as she walked faster and faster. Her steps became quick and uneven. She felt something inside her, something she could not explain. It felt like she was running after something that was slowly going away. Emily reached Grandma's house and stopped. The house was very quiet. The lights were off. She walked to the door and knocked gently. "Grandma," she called softly. There was no answer. She knocked again, a little louder this time. Still nothing. Emily stepped closer to the window and looked inside. The room was dark and empty. Grandma had already gone to rest. Emily stood there without moving. Her hands felt cold. "I came too late," she whispered. The quiet night felt bigger than before. Emily walked home slowly. Her steps were quiet. She looked at the ground as she walked. She thought about Lily waiting outside. She thought about Grandma waiting for her. She thought about the word later. A small tear rolled down her cheek. "I said later," she whispered, "but later did not wait for me." Her heart felt heavy, but now she understood something new. Time does not stay. It moves forward, even when we do not. At home, her mom sat beside her on the bed. "Are you okay?" she asked softly. Emily shook her head. "I missed it," she said quietly. Her mom held her hand gently. "Sometimes," she said, "time does not wait for us." Emily listened carefully. She did not speak. She just nodded slowly. Her eyes were calm but thoughtful. She was learning something important, not from words but from feeling. The next day, Lily came again. "Emily, come play," she called happily. Emily stood up right away. She did not wait. "Yes," she said. "I am coming now." Lily smiled brightly. "Really?" she asked. Emily nodded. This time, she stepped outside without thinking too much. The air felt fresh. The moment felt real. She ran toward Lily, holding the bowl. This time, she did not say later. Later that day, her mom asked, "Emily, can you help me?" Emily stood up immediately. "Yes, Mom," she said. "I will do it now." Her mom smiled warmly. "Thank you," she said. Emily helped her carry things and clean up. It felt good. It felt different. She was not waiting anymore. She was doing things now, and every small action made her feel a little stronger inside. That evening, Emily walked to Grandma's house again. She knocked gently. The door opened and Grandma smiled warmly. "My little star," she said happily. Emily hugged her tightly. "I came now," Emily whispered softly. Grandma smiled and held her close. "I am happy you did," she said. They sat together and talked quietly. This time, Emily was there. She was not late. Emily sat with her family and smiled softly. She had learned something simple but very important. Time is important. Do not wait. Do it today. She also learned something more. When you help others, when you show love, kindness grows kindness. Small actions can change everything. And the best moment to be kind is now. If you liked Emily's story, you can gently press the like button. Subscribe for more calm and simple bedtime stories. And if you know someone who says later too much, share this story with them. Now close your eyes, take a soft breath, and rest. Remember, the best time to help, to care, and to love is always now. Sweet dreams.